Hey everybody, it's Chad from Stick's Blog. I'm Stick, and this morning I'm at HYOH Mountain Shelter. It's the shelter that's behind me. I don't know how well you can see that. We started our hike yesterday. I'm out here with hiking shoes and fire starter. They're off that way, getting water right now. We're fixing to head out for the morning. We just did a short hike in yesterday. We started at the Springer Mountain parking lot and hiked about 6.8 miles to this shelter. Today we're going to hike 7.3 miles to, oh shoot, let me look right here. You can see that. We are right there, and we will be hiking to Gooch Mountain Shelter. Anyway, we're hiking to Gooch Mountain Shelter today. It'll be 7.3 miles, so it's not going to be a bad day. There's a couple little climbs. We've got to climb out of High Tower just real soon. Then we'll have Sassafras, and I think there's one other little good climb today. So it's going to be a little more difficult than it was yesterday, but it's not many miles, so it's not bad. But anyway, been enjoying it. It's just good to be back out here. I was actually at this shelter in January, me and two other buddies, and I actually set up my tent back that way. There was nobody at the shelter last night when we got here. And it was thundering real bad, and we thought it was going to rain, so we just decided to sleep inside the shelter last night. And then turns out it didn't even rain. Although there is a lot of campsites, I mean, all throughout there. All out there. I mean, there's campsites everywhere. I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's campsites all over the place here. So there was plenty of places we could have set up a tent, but like I said, because of the rain or the thundering we heard last night, we thought it was going to rain, so we decided to stay in the shelter. No sense in packing up a wet tent if I don't have to. However, I am planning on pitching my tent tonight. I brought my Hexamid with me. Last night I used the Bora Bivy inside the shelter, and it worked out pretty well, I think. Temperature got down to about 63 degrees. I had my 50-degree Enlightened Equipment carrot quilt with me. I used it a little bit. So, worked out fairly well. One other thing I did, let's see, I got my stuff here ready to go. Whoops. I'm using some these Camelback elixirs. This is the orange with caffeine. I've got those going. And I brought my trusty Z-Pack Zero Pack. And I'm really surprised because I ended up for this trip, I got two filters in here actually. The Life Straw filter and my Sawyer Squeeze filter. And I've actually got my tent. I've got a bivy. I brought my big Mora knife because I also brought my big 1.3 liter Evernew cook pot with a Caldera cone. And my plans is to cook with wood during the afternoon. Since the miles are low, I'll have plenty of time to collect wood and make a wood fire. You can see last night I made one. And these are actually the ashes that was left over, and that's the remaining pieces of wood I had. Now I will say that I didn't think I was going to get it going actually at first because everything out here is wet, and if it's not wet, it was green. So I had some doubts about my fire making skills, but I finally got it going. Boiled my water, did really well, and this morning I used the Esbit to boil some water for coffee. I did bring alcohol. I brought 2 ounces of alcohol just in case I needed those. I have that right there in this little applesauce pouch. Other than that, I've got my zebra light in there. Love that thing. And that's pretty much it. But looking forward to another day of hiking. It's kind of warming up already. I feel like it might be a little bit warm today. When I say a little bit warm, I'm saying maybe around 80. So not extremely hot like it was last month when we were out here. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to do first little update. I haven't done any video hardly yet. I'll try to get some more video done today. And like I say, I'm going to do a wood fire again tonight to cook my meal. So I want to try and get some of that on video as well. Also, we should be meeting Gizmo Joe. He should be hiking into the shelter we're going to be at tonight, which is Gooch Mountain Shelter. He's got some things he's got to take care of today, but then he's going to drive up after he's done and hike into Gooch Mountain Shelter and stay the night with us, and then hike out tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll hike out at Woody's Gap, and unfortunately call it a trip. I have to go back to work Monday. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, and maybe I'll get some more video later. So until then, we'll see you. Bye. Say hi.
What's up? Videoing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey everybody, it's Chad from Six Blog. I'm Stick, and this is the first new piece of gear that I brought with me and I want to do a little video on just real quick. Brian Green actually sent this to me, so I want to say thanks to Brian for giving me the opportunity to try this out. But what it is, it's a LifeStraw portable water filter. According to the instructions that came with it, it's supposed to filter out pretty much all the protozoa and bacteria. So this should have all the bacteria taken care of, and then the ever elusive Giardia and Crypto. So real quick, what I want to do, I'm at Three Forks Creek here on the Appalachian Trail. I just want to see how well this works. Essentially, it's got a clip on, or a cap on the bottom. Stick this end in the water, and then the top end just has a straw. So I'm going to try it out right here in the creek and just see how it works. It's pretty easy to drink from. Alright, it seemed pretty easy to drink through. The only thing I would worry about at this point would just be the actual filter getting clogged. I don't believe you can back flush it, and I don't believe that you can actually change it out. This is probably a one-time use kind of thing. But anyway, that's a LifeStraw portable water filter. We'll see how it does on the rest of the trip. I'm going to use it a few times, and I'll just take it from there. Alright, hey everybody, I just wanted to show you this little spot real quick. This is actually the trail here. That's headed north. That's headed south. And we're just a little bit up above HYOH Gap. And this is a neat little spot here. If you ever wanted to, just a random campsite with a good view. So you got a view. I don't know how you can see that in the picture, but got a good view out there. I got some decent spots to put a tent. Got one right over there. It's kind of small, but decent. And then behind me where I was just standing, there's a spot there. Not perfect, but you're not going to find a whole lot of just absolutely perfect places out here. They've got some nice rocks to sit on. Little campfire. Looks like some trash. But anyway, it's just a little spot I just wanted to show. There's another spot. I believe it's on Justus Mountain. I'm going to film it too, because these are little spots that are fun to go to. The only thing is there's no water nearby. The closest water source would be if you happen to drive in at HYOH Gap and carry your water in, or if you was to hike up to Hawk Mountain where we stayed last night and fill water up there. I think the closest northbound is going to be Justus Creek maybe. So there's no water anywhere close. And just make sure if you come here, have water. But anyway, just wanted to show that. Hey guys, it's Chad from Six Blog again. Right now I am at Cooper Gap. The time is 12:27. I left Horse Gap at 11:50 or 11:51. So it's taken me right at 35 minutes to hike 1.6 miles between Horse Gap and Cooper Gap. And just kind of give you an idea of what the elevation is. As soon as you leave Horse Gap, you shoot up Sassafras Mountain, and there's 750 to 800 feet of elevation there. And then you basically shoot down to Cooper's Gap, and you drop about 500 feet of elevation. The reason I say all that is because I want to talk a little bit about the hike your own hike thing. HYOH, or YMMV, your mileage may vary. There for a while I never really paid much attention to it, didn't really care. You know, I hadn't really found out how I like to hike. I didn't really have a preference, you know, I just kind of went along with what everybody else did. But over so far this year, I've been able to get out and hike a lot more than I have the previous years. And in doing that, I've kind of found my niche, the way I like to hike. And essentially, I just like to hike. My average speed, I would say, is between 2.5 and 3 miles an hour. And right there on the issue of speed, I know some people will say 2.5 to 3 miles an hour, you can't see nothing. What's the point of even getting out there? You're just flying by everything. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not flying by everything. I'm going down the same trail that everybody else goes down. I have time to look around. You know, if I hear a bird chirping or a woodpecker pecking or a chipmunk running through the grass, I have time to kind of look around and see what's going on. If I see a flower, I can stop and look at it or take a picture. I'm not missing anything like some people may think. You know, I'm covering the same trail. I'm seeing the same things. The only difference is to be honest, I could argue the fact that I'm seeing more than what somebody that might hike slower would see. And I know this has been a topic, you know, it's been discussed, worn out. But, you know, I'm to a point where I think I can kind of put my input as far as I'm concerned. I want to go ahead and say right up front, I don't care how anybody else wants to hike. If you want to hike 1/2 mile an hour, that's fine. I mean, I love it. I'm just glad you get to get out here. But me, this is the way I like to hike. I'm not knocking anybody else's way of hiking. And I wish that all those hikers out there that preach the hike your own hike or your mileage may vary, I wish that they had just stopped and listened to what they're saying, because I don't think a lot of them do. You know, a lot of people, you know, they'll just try to jump you and try and talk about how you're not enjoying the experience or something because I'm not doing it the way that they like it. Well, I'm sorry, I can't make you happy. I'm out here and I'm doing it the way that I like it, and that's the end of the story. That's my hike. Hike your own. Another thing I want to talk about, same relation, is the gear that I carry. I feel safe to say that I could be what some would call an ultralighter. I'm not going to go and start naming numbers and saying my pack weight is this many pounds and that makes me this kind of hiker or anything. But the way I think about it is the stuff that I put in my pack don't weigh a whole lot, and it's pretty dang light. I'll show you all the stuff that I'm carrying with me on this hike in just a second, and just kind of let you know up front, when I left out, my entire pack weight with all my water and all my food was just under 14 pounds. It's like 13.9 pounds or something. And as you'll see in just a minute when I take everything out, you may not agree with me, but the way I see it is I've got plenty of everything that I need. And to be honest, I may even have too much, particularly in food. You know, and then some things like my ibuprofen. Sorry, there's a car coming through here. Like I said, I'm at Cooper Gap, so I'm waiting on hiking shoes and fire starter to come along. But anyway, like my pills and stuff I brought enough Motrin to take at least, I think, 800 or 1,000 a day, just in case I needed it. But so far, I think I've taken 400 the whole trip. So I've really got more than I need. And to be honest, the nice thing is Firestarter was asking me if I had any extra and if she could, you know, have some if I did. And the cool thing is I do. So not only do I have enough for me, but I have enough to share if I need to. So give me just a second. I'm going to set this thing up on a tripod. Yes, I brought a tripod in my ultralight backpack. And I'm going to set this up on a tripod, and I'm just going to show you everything that I've got in my pack. So hang on just a second. Okay, first off, just show you, I'm doing my trusty water bottle system. I've got two 20-ounce Gatorade bottles, and I attach those to my shoulder straps using these mitten hooks. And also on the shoulder strap, I have this bungee that goes around the bottom. This actually holds the bottle up, all the weight's on this, and this bungee strap actually just kind of keeps it from flopping around. As you can see, there is my pack, and right now I have a bunch of stuff in the back pocket. A big portion of that's water. I'll get to that in just a minute. And then I have my Gossamer Gear LT4 trekking poles, and I absolutely love these things. I can't say enough good things about them. I love them. Definitely one of my top favorite pieces of gear, next to my Neo Air. But anyway, real quick, I'll just kind of go through, show you what I got. Oh yeah, one other thing. On the back of my pack, I've got my Gossamer Gear sit light pad, and that's actually kind of helping to be the frame on the pack. And then I've also got this Mountain Smith CyberShot 2 or Cyber 2 camera case, using to keep my camera in because I've destroyed my other one. I'm trying to take a little more care of this one. So anyway, this is my Z-Pack small backpack, Z-Pack 0 small, and basically all that means is the only option I have on this is this mesh pocket, and I have some loops to hold the back pad on. I've got videos on that you can check out if you're interested. First thing I have in here is a 1.5 liter Evernew bottle, and I do have water in there because we had to fill up at Hawk Mountain Shelter. We don't have any more water until Justus Creek, which is a couple of miles down the trail still, and I'm fixing to guzzle one of those and then refill, so I won't be carrying this in my back anymore. Here I have just two Ziploc bags. I can use them for just various things, for garbage or for doing laundry. I have my Mora clipper, and I'm using that because I brought my my Caldera cone tie try system, and I'm actually using wood fire. So I brought my Mora knife so I can kind of chop up some wood and get some clippings, some shavings and stuff like that. So I brought that. That's a whopping 3 ounces or more. This is what I'm using to flavor my water with, Camelback Elixir. It's the orange flavor with caffeine. So I'll have that energy to hike all those big miles. Not that they're really big. I've got my Zebralight H51 and my do-it-yourself headband. I love that thing. That's become one of my favorite pieces of gear also. And Brian, if you're watching, this is for you. I got my keys. I have 2 ounces of SLX denatured alcohol because in my Caldera cone I brought my alcohol system, my Esbit system, and of course the wood fire, the Inferno system. So I can use alcohol if I want to, and I've also got Esbit. And here I've got 10 tent stakes, actually 12 tent stakes because 2 of them go with my Caldera cone. And I have my awesome Sawyer squeeze. Still love this system, and it's really taken the place of my chemicals. And just to show you how cool I am, I'm actually carrying 2 water filters. This is the Life Straw water filter. It's supposed to remove everything, all the Giardia, crypto, all that stuff. And I'm giving that a try on this go. I actually made a video earlier, but after going back and watching it, I noticed that my arm was in the way. So I'm going to do another video when I get to Justus Creek and get a little bit better angle to shoot this, and just show you drinking out of it. So, but it's pretty cool so far. And to be honest with you, I didn't even weigh it. And then that's everything that I have on the outside of my pack. So now what I'm going to do is set this down and go through the inside of my pack. First off, I have toilet paper. That's very important, and I have a lot of toilet paper. I don't do the one square wipe. I use a bunch. Up here I've got my snacks that I eat throughout the day, because I'll just stop and grab one of these snacks out and then I put my garbage right back in there, and that's not in my food bag. I've got my ditty bag, and I really need to do an updated video on my ditty bag, but just kind of show you real quick inside there. I've got an lock sack with various fire starters, extra batteries, just all kind of extra stuff, and then my repair stuff. And I even got a Bic lighter in there. Got that. Then I got this Germex, Carmex, bleach, and Dr. Bronner's. Then I've got my first aid kit, which has got all my pills, earplugs, band-aids, moleskin, and a repair patch for my Neo Air, because I have a full-size Neo Air inside this pack. And then I've got just a 2-inch Ace Wrap, and that's all inside a Z-Pack's ditty bag, or small Cuban fiber bag. Next I have a Bud Light tumbler, trying that out on this trip as my drinking cup, and it's got an insulation sleeve. And inside there I have my Wasabi lantern, and I've even got a little keychain light attached to that. And this actually makes a really neat setting at night. Got all that. Next, got my food bag. Inside my food bag now, since I've ate some last night, I have, of course, all my food. Let me go over here where I can. And then also inside there, this is my 1.3 liter. Now this isn't a little 700 or 600 milliliter cook set. This is a 1.3 liter cook pot. And just to show you everything that I've got inside there, because I've got a lot of junk inside there. You can see it's full. I've got matches. I've got the entire Inferno system. I've got the alcohol, 1210 alcohol stove. I've got a spoon. I've got lint. I've got a measuring cup. I got the graham cracker stove. All kind of stuff in there. And I've actually got half a white load towel in there too. Close that up. This is my cloud kilt that I got from Z-Packs. Whenever I set up my Hexamed tent, I like to use this as a doorstep, basically, or a porch. I have a Dry Ducks poncho. I got it inside my pack because it's not looking like rain. This is my Z-Packs Hexamed tent, Solo Plus, and it also has a Cuban fiber ground sheet inside it, the Solo Plus ground sheet. My Bora bivvy. So right there I've got two shelters basically. But I've got my Bora bivvy, and I actually used my Bora bivvy last night. And then got my carrot quilt, 50 degree enlightened equipment carrot quilt. Got that in there, and it was actually more than. Okay, it's a good thing that I brought an extra spare battery for my camera because that one just died. But the last thing I pulled out was my carrot quilt from Enlightened Equipment. I have my Flex Air ultralight pillow, my BlackRock Gear down hat, extra socks, sleep shorts, ULA. These things are 6 ounces. Extra sleep shirt. I have my Light Trail pack liner. And then inside there I have my Neo Air, full length. So that's everything that I have. See everything piled up there? And in my opinion, that's all that I really need on this trip. And like I said, all this weighed less than 14 pounds. So I'm pretty excited about it. So you can draw your own conclusions from that. Now I'm going to go ahead and pack this stuff up and wait on hiking shoes and fire starter to come out, and we're going to finish up our hike. But anyway, I just felt like I needed to do that video. I know a lot of people may not agree with it, like it, I'm sorry. But I just felt like it was something I needed to get off my chest. And if you did watch it, I appreciate you watching it. And just talk to you later. See ya. Okay guys, I'm at Justus Creek. And I've always found this little creek to be an interesting and neat little spot. The trail actually comes back from that way. You come down all these steps here. And you just follow it around. There's camping north of the creek. You gotta go up on the other side of the creek down there. And it's actually down. This is probably the lowest I've seen it. I've only been here 3 times, but it doesn't look like it's as high as it typically is. Usually it's just up to those rocks there in the middle, or a little bit higher. Because usually when I've gone over this, my feet almost get wet crossing it. But anyway, as you can see, the trail just keeps going up there, and then you just keep going up the trail, and there's a camping area up there. But this is Justus Creek. This is the first water source north of HYOH Mountain Shelter. And I'm going to take my pack off here just a little bit, and I'm actually going to get cleaned up just a little bit in the creek. And also, as I mentioned earlier in one of my videos, I noticed after going back and watching my video where I presented the life straw filter, when I actually went down to get a drink of water and use it, my arm was in the way, so you couldn't really see me getting it. So I'm going to set this up and show you again how me using the life straw filter, just a better angle. So I'm going to get all this stuff taken off and get it all ready, and I'll get to it. Okay, you should be able to see me this time. So I've got the filter here. Don't laugh at me for getting down in the water. Alright, and there it is. I will say this time I found it to be a little bit harder to actually suck and drink the water than it did the first time. So I'm going to try to blow it out here. So I don't know if you can back flush this thing. I'll have to read up on it a little bit more. But so far I like it alright. Well enough to bring it with me on another trip next time I come out to see how it does after it's been used and then sit for a while. But anyway, until then, I'm going to get cleaned up. Okay, I'm almost to HYOH Mountain Shelter. This is just a random little stream on the way. I shouldn't have much more farther up around that way. And I remember this stream. Remember me and my wife stopping here in 2009. It's really cool being able to hike the trail again. This is actually the 3rd time that I've been through this section. So it's really neat being able to kind of relive some past experiences coming through here. Of course, me and my wife's very first hike ever was in 2009. We went from Amicalola to Neal's Gap. So naturally, we went through this area. So it's been fun kind of coming back to areas and just remembering stuff. And then back in January, me and actually my boss, Andrew, and one of his buddies came back and did from Springer to Neal's Gap. So it's pretty fun. Just reminiscing, you know, hiking past points that you remember, and the memories just kind of coming back. Anyway, just wanted to show you that stream. I may do a little more video once I get to the shelter. I don't know, I'll see. Okay guys, just want to do a quick little video. I'm going to go ahead and make my dinner tonight. And for dinner I'm going to have my fast pack pad thai. I'm going to use my Caldera cone, and I'm going to use it in wood burning mode. See, I've got some lint down there with a little fire starter. And I've got my poly striker from Exotac I'm going to try to start it with. And then over here I've got a couple of sticks and stuff to go ahead and feed the fire. And then in the cook pot, just got a little bit of water. So I'll set this down and see what I can get going. Okay, that was fairly effortless. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing going just a little bit bigger and cut the camera off to save some battery because I'm about out of battery. But I'll get this going, put the cook pot on, and kind of show you some more then. See you then. Right. Okay, as you can see there, I've got the fire going pretty good. And I've added my food in. So set this on. Let it do its thing. That's it. Okay guys, I don't know how well you can see this. Let me see, let me turn my light up and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, you can see that. Alright, so it is 5:24 a.m. Spiderweb. We stayed last night at HYOH Mountain Shelter. And I tell you what, it's just hard for me to sleep during this heat. It's just so dang hot. Temperature got down to 63 degrees, but just between being dirty and sweaty, if I lay on top of my quilt, I want to put my quilt over me because I'll get a little bit cool. Then I put it over me, I start getting hot and sweaty. And it probably doesn't help none that I haven't had a bath in 3 days now, 4 days, something like that. See, the last bath I had was Thursday morning and today's Sunday morning. Oh, big spiderweb there. So anyway, took some Tylenol PM last night about 9 o'clock and it did a good job at knocking me out to about 3 o'clock this morning. I woke up and I just kind of laid there and tossed and turned. And I noticed my buddy hiking shoes and dang it, all the spider webs. Hiking shoes and fire starter, they were kind of tossing and turning too. So about 4:30 we decided, what the heck, we got up, made some coffee, had breakfast, And now here I am hiking. They're a little bit behind me. Should be coming up on Gooch Gap in the next, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Something like that. And then I think I got about 3 miles to go to Woody's Gap. And as much as I hate to get off the trail, I'll admit I always find that the last day on my hike out, I know that I'm done. And, dang, spider webs. To be honest, I'm just kind of, at that point, I'm ready to get the car. I know I got a long drive back home, take a shower, clean up my gear, you know, all that good stuff. But anyway, if you're curious, right now I'm using my zebra light on, it's on my DIY headband, and it's on the high setting, but it's the low high setting. I've got one other high setting I can click it over to if I want it. There was 4 other hikers at the shelter last night, which was kind of a surprise, I think. Didn't really expect to see anybody else at the shelter. But we actually, 2 guys met us hiking northbound. And then there was a guy and a girl that came in southbound. They just hiked in from Woody's Gap and hiking back out today. So I'm sure that they were probably happy for us to finally get done this morning. I'm sure we weren't the quietest, but they were, to be fair, they were tossing and turning same as we were. So I think everybody was kind of awake. Nobody was just up. But anyway, I just wanted to shoot a little video. See how my, dang, big old spider on that one. Just see how my light would do showing up the trail in the camera. Be interesting to watch this one when I get home. But I'm gonna put this thing away, get to Gooch Gap, and I'll probably wait on hiking shoes and fire starter at Gooch Gap, and then we'll push on some more. So I'll see you later. Bye. Okay guys, there's the AT Blaze. I'm still hiking through here. I should be pretty close to Ramrock Mtn, and I don't know how well you can see, but it's just clouds are just rolling over the top. I'm kind of on a little ridge here, it looks like, and pretty sure you can't see it, but you can see that any sort of ridge line over that way. That's kind of where I'm going, I believe. Anyway, I thought this was pretty cool, just coming through this little ridge, and nice little trail here. Nice little breeze, and got the fog clouds just rolling over. So it looks like it's going up. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing. Just wanted to show a little bit more and save some battery, because I'm almost out. Alright, see you later. Okay guys, earlier in one of my videos I was shooting a campsite, and I said that there was one at Justus Mountain I was going to shoot. Hit Justus Mountain and it wasn't it. And to be honest, I knew it was somewhere along through here. And once I got to Justus Mountain and realized it wasn't there, I kind of thought it might have been on the other side of Woody's Gap. But anyway, this morning, 7 o'clock. Anyway, this morning, I came up from that way. That's headed south down the Appalachian Trail. And that's headed north up the Appalachian Trail. And then here is this little camping area. Now, I believe I may be on Ramrock Mtn. I could be wrong, but I should be somewhere in that general area. And then it's nice because if you go down here, right across from it, you've got these rocky ledges. You can sit here, and I bet you could almost catch the sunset from here. And then this is the views that you've got. Isn't that awesome? You know, my thing is I wonder, which mountains did I come over? Something that's always been hard for me. I guess if I carried a topo map and studied it more while I was actually hiking, I would be able to tell. But anyway, so I'm just making my way to Woody's Gap. Gonna head down the trail a little bit more, see what I come to, eat some more spider webs, you know, all that good stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. Also to make a note for me, because I always forget where these camp spots are. And then when I want to find them again, I can't seem to remember where they are or find them. So, this is some of the trail through here. It is 7 o'clock. Finally turned off my headlamp about 15 minutes ago. So, I'm making my way to Woody's Gap and get cleaned up. Just really want to wash my hair. I think a shower would be completely awesome right now. But anyway, I'm going to turn this off. I might talk to you a little bit more before the trail's done. We'll see you then. Bye. Okay guys, I just wanted to do another video. I just left that campsite I just videoed. I said that I believe that may have been Ramrock, but I was wrong. This is actually Ramrock. And here's the view from Ramrock. That's awesome out there. Looking at the clouds laying between all the mountains. It's not something I see back home. It's awesome. But anyway, this is a little kind of a rocky outcrop or a bluff. And back up this way is the actual AT. And probably a little bit bigger campsite than what was at the other one. This is headed south, north. And right across here is this camp spot. I remember when me and my wife came through here the first time. I don't know if you can hear me either. When me and my wife came through here the first time, we met a couple here, camped out right here actually. I had a big German Shepherd with them. There's a little nice camping area right there. I'm not sure where that goes. But anyway, so I am at Ramrock now. I think I've got just a little over a mile to go to get to Woody's. Not sure if I'll do any more video between here and then. I know this is the most video I've done while on the trail. So part of that was just because I wanted to make sure I had enough battery to last the entire time. I noticed the batteries on this new camera I have they don't last as long as the one on my FH20. This is the Panasonic Lumix SZ7. And so far, I think I like my FH20 better than this one. But anyway, I'm saving up for a GF2. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, so here I go, down Ramrock Mountain. Alright, we'll see you later. Okay guys, here's another campsite I've come to. I shouldn't be too much farther up from Woody's Gap, and the trail actually runs right around there, and going that way is southbound, headed that way is northbound, and then just right up here off the trail, this little camping area. Nice little place to put a tent right there, a little campfire, nice good logs to sit on. I don't think the view is quite, you might have to make your way down through there. I'm not going to right now. But anyway, shouldn't be too much farther from Woody's Gap. I'll tell you, not too far back there, I thought I heard something rumbling around up on top of the ridge. I was hiking along the side of the mountain. It sounded like something was up there. So I did the typical sing to yourself out loud thing. It's crazy some of the stuff that you say and do sometimes, I guess. Maybe I'm the only one. Hey, who knows? But anyway, I'm down to 1 bar on my camera, so I better turn this thing off. See you later. Okay guys, it's gonna be my last video. Here I am, Woody's Gap. It's 7:43 in the morning, and I'm pretty much done with my hike. See the sign there? Woody Gap. Gooch Gap's 3.5, Cooper Gap's 8. And I came from Gooch Mountain Shelter, which is 5.1 miles. So that means it is not even 8 o'clock, and I've already put in just over 5 miles of hiking this morning. If you want to get big miles, that's how you do it. Get up and hike. You know, I don't think it would be nothing to put in another 15 miles today. Be done by 3 or 4 o'clock at the latest. Although that's not an option because I got to go to the house. But, I mean, just kind of point out that's how simple it is to get in a 20-mile day. It's just to get up and do it. So, anyway, I had a good time on my hike. It's the 3rd time I've done this section. And, I know I'll do it again. One day I'll get to through hike, and when I do my through hike, I'll do the whole thing. I'll start at Springer, whether I've done it or not. I'll redo it. So, parking lot's quite a bit fuller than it was when we left. So, I'll just talk a little bit until the battery runs out. Just about gear, the geeky stuff. First off, I want to say my shoes. These are the Innovate Rockolite 315s. I love them. It's all I've wore this summer. They're good and light. Pretty good traction. And they've got a little bit of a plate in it. I forget what it's called right at this moment. But anyway, they're not too bad. You know, filling all the rocks and stuff. I really like them. I wore long sleeve shirts on this hike. In retrospect, I would have wore short sleeves and just carried a long sleeve to sleep in. But I didn't. Let's see. My water bottles. You can see I've got 2. I love this system. It's for me. And then I use the Sawyer Squeeze system as my water purification. And as you saw in some of the other videos, I did try out the Life Straw. It worked out pretty good. It was a bit hard to suck through on the 2nd time that I used it. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more. It wasn't by no means impossible. It was just harder than the first time. My camera case. I'm not sure if I like it right there. I wanted it somewhere that I could get to it pretty easily if I needed to, and it did. My trekking poles, these are the Gossamer Gear LT4s. I absolutely love these. I need to do a review on these. I love these. No better pole out there if you ask me. Let's see. I didn't set up my Hexamid at all. I slept in shelters both nights, which was kind of good because last night it rained on me in the shelter, so it didn't rain on me. I did use my Bora bivvy both nights, and in my opinion, it's just it's a little bit too hot to be crawling up in a bivvy. Let's see, my Enlightened Equipment quilt, I really loved it. I know there's some things I'm forgetting.